to episode 2, season 2 of the Unpacked Podcast. Once again, I'm joined by my beautiful co-host, Tobias, aka Football Collectibles. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you? It's been
I'm fantastic. Yeah, I'm fantastic. We usually record, during the day, mid-afternoon. We're recording late at night now because we're changing things up now. We want to have a late night discussion about the new collections, which are just around the corner. We've got both sets of cards in hand now, so it's a good way to compare and contrast. And I don't know if people have seen the GBW video recently. I have actually got the collector's binder as well for the Adrenalyn XL collection, so we can have a little discussion about that, and of course the checklist as well from Adrenalyn XL, which we have now, which is exciting. So yeah, before we get into this, of course, smash the like button if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, leave us a review, show the love for the Unpacked Podcast, and to help bring us out some more episodes. So where should we start?
I think fittingly we should start with Panini, because it's been quite a big week for Panini. So should we kick things off with Adrenalyn XL?
Let's do it. So obviously on Thursday just gone, we had the Kick Off Multipacks released, which retailed at £3.99, a £1 increase from last season. Obviously, it did have the same sort of preview mix as last year. So, again, I'm a big fan of it. I'm a big fan of the whole preview mix kind of thing, and getting the cards out early that way. It's only £3.99. It's basically £4 for 24 cards. Have I done my maths correct? Yes, I have.
Well, correct. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and you obviously get a look at the insert cards and everything like that, which is nice because, in other preview sets, you might not get insert cards because, they just want you to bulk out the base sets beforehand. But yeah, I was pleased with the product. Yeah,
it's a good product. I think Panini could justify the £1 price increase. I mean, it's the same price as buying 4 packets of the cards when they come out on the 5th of August. So it's no different there. One of the things that I would say to anyone thinking about buying them as a reason that it might be worth doing, obviously we know cards like the Elite cards, for example, are always going to be fairly rare and difficult to get. In these preview multi-packs, they're coming out quite frequently for the select few that they've got in there. So it might be worth picking a few up just to get sort of a bit of a lead on those type of cards would be my advice.
Yeah, that's good advice. I didn't think of it that way. So, yeah, the other thing on the other side of things, it's a preview select. So, a select few of cards. You're going to get swaps if you do buy more than one or more than two. I'd say you are going to get swaps. That's just how it is, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I agree. I would say two things. I'm probably finding more swaps than I did last year from the preview multi-packs.
Yeah.
The other thing I've had a couple of multi-packs, I think it was 2, where I got the same base cards, and I think in even one I got the same insert card within the same multi-pack in duplicate. So that was a little bit strange, but yeah.
I think that might just be really bad luck, I'm guessing, your end.
Yeah, I think so. And as you say, there's only 100 or so cards in there, so yeah, you're not going to see that in a regular multi-pack when you've got over 400, 500 cards compared to this. So it's just a thing with the previews, really.
But a good product overall, I think. As you say, to get those elite cards, to get those insert cards, get yourself a head start. There's obviously been as well this week. The pre-orders went live for the collection itself. In a minute, of course, we will get into the starter pack, the collector binder, and talking a bit more about that because I've got that in hand. Luckily, thank you, Panini, if you're watching or listening. So the pre-orders went live. You could buy everything from the collection, which is fantastic. We put our pre-orders in. Yeah. We've done our pre-orders, and there was one big addition to these pre-orders: Platinum Ballers. Talk to me.
Well, I don't know about you, but I kind of got an inkling that Panini were going to do something. I felt that's the way things have moved over the last 12 months anyway, so we were going to see something at launch. I certainly didn't expect this. Obviously, they're numbered, so the way the Platinum Ballers work, there are 8 Platinum Ballers and 1 Platinum Invincible card, each of which is numbered to 200. So in effect, do the maths. What's the maths on that? There's about just under 2,000 of these cards in circulation, 200 of each card. So yeah, about 1,800 of these platinum baller cards that will be doing the rounds. And it was, if you pre-ordered a box, you got to choose which platinum baller you had, which was a nice idea, nice touch. They're not on the checklist as I understand it as well, so they're just like a little bonus. So it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, they're not even on the not even on any sort of checklist anywhere really. There's no checklist, so just for it. So yeah, it's definitely a cool addition. It's something Panini haven't done as far as I'm aware. Well, they haven't for the Premier League yet, you know. So yeah, the cards do look very nice, I must say. So, and it obviously is using those players there. I thought initially when I heard about Platinum Ballers that it'd be a different set of Platinum Ballers and then a different set of Golden Ballers. But I'd say, unfortunately, they are the same players.
Yeah, I would agree. And I almost kind of think that the players that are the Platinum Ballers, they would have been fitting as Platinum Ballers were they not Golden Ballers, if that makes sense. So Panini could have done a little spin, because a lot of them are quite young players, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're quite young and up-and-coming players, so Panini could have done a nice little spin on that there. But they didn't. But yeah, I agree. I think it is a bit of a shame that they are the same. There's a few interesting choices, shall we say?
There's definitely a few players in there I don't think deserve to be Golden Ballers. I mentioned it in my video yesterday. There's it's obviously up for discussion, but an outsider, someone who doesn't support a Premier League side, someone who does watch a bit of Premier League football, you do kind of know that they're not the top tier of Premier League player. I mean, one of them's Mason Greenwood, and he got absolutely shown up by Lee Wallace the other day. So, you know,
I was waiting for that reference.
Yeah, there's levels to it. I mean, I think, yeah, all of the players on the front of the starter pack or the collector binder are the Golden Ballers. They are Golden Ballers.
It's Phillips.
Not Phillips. Phillips is in the Invincible. That's the
Okay.
That's the only difference. But yeah, Mason Greenwood is the forefront player.
Not even one of United's best attackers in terms of, you got to be looking at. I mean, Cavani was, you could have argued Cavani could have been a Golden Baller. He, the impact he made at United last year, and I wouldn't have. I mean, the obvious choice is Bruno for United if you're having a platinum ball, a Golden Baller. But even City, however good Phil Foden is, Ruben Dias and Ilkay Gundogan were the ones that got the plaudits last season. For the what they did. So you kind of got to look at that. Liverpool with Alisson as well. I mean, he's a good goalkeeper, don't get me wrong, but he didn't even win the Golden Glove last year. Yeah. So it's quite controversial. But at the same point in time, I can understand why they've changed it up, because looking back at the Golden Ballers from last year, it would have been really obvious, again, just to put another Kane, another Fernandes. Who else was in there? Salah, another Aubameyang or whoever. So I like the fact that they've tried to change it up. I think that's got to be applauded. And, they've recognised that actually that can, I suppose, not excite people. Because I know personally I wouldn't get excited of Salah having a Golden Ball of 3 years in a row, or Van Dijk as well. Van Dijk would have probably had one or whatever. So, yeah, I credit where credit's due for trying to change it up. I just think they could have gone about it in a slightly different way.
Well, it's all different teams as well,
which is good. That's good.
I like that. I think they've done well with that, but I think the players from those teams they've chosen are a little bit questionable. But as you previously hinted at, the players chosen for Golden Ballers are good Platinum Ballers. The Golden Ballers should be the best of the best in the team, or based on last season. So, yeah, as we said, we're a little bit disappointed at the selection on that. But what's your overall opinion on the Platinum Ballers numbered cards in Panini? I've seen a lot of people on Twitter saying this isn't good for set collectors, and what's your opinion on it?
I think it depends on what view you take. As I alluded to earlier, the fact that they're not on the checklist for me is a positive. I think I'd be very negative if they were on the checklist. I'd be totally against them. I'd be saying it was a very bad thing. But they're not on the checklist. And I just see it as people complain that, that it makes it difficult for completists. Well, or set collectors, whatever people call themselves. I'd argue it's no different to a promotional card in a newspaper, other than the price.
Yeah.
That's not on the checklist either, but people will choose not to get it and still say they've got a complete set. So it's where you draw the line, and it's what your preference is. I mean, I've picked up a couple, but I certainly knew from a monetary point of view I wasn't going to get them all. So I just see them as nice little additions that will add value to my complete set, rather than mean I was missing cards from a complete set, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think you put it perfectly there. I think that's... Apologies about that. We've got some rowdy people walking down the street. But yeah, I think you put it perfectly there. They're good things to add to the collection, but they're not part of it, kind of thing. So that's our opinion on it. Obviously, do interact with us in the comment section or on our socials. We can have some discussions about it. But I do like the addition overall of Platinum Ballers. You didn't, obviously, if you didn't like the price point, if you didn't like it, you didn't have to buy it. It's just a nice, cool feature to add to your collection fodder, so to speak. So that's our opinions on it. Where should we move on to next?
Shall we talk about the new cards that are in the set as well, the new Fire and Ice cards, and then we can talk about the checklist and stuff. Yeah. So obviously Panini, one of the things that they've done, and maybe we should talk about some of the new designs in general, because we probably haven't touched on that a lot. But yeah, Panini have introduced these new Fire and Ice cards. What do you think? Have you got any yet? What's your thoughts?
I've got one of the ice cards, or quite a few of the ice cards, and they're just beautiful.
Oh, you got the same one I have. Where's mine gone? There it is. Yeah, I've got the Firmino as well. So
beautiful.
Yeah, I like them a lot.
Yeah, they're really nice. I was wowed by that when I got it in the video. I haven't got one of the fire ones yet, but hopefully soon I'll get one of those. But it's also nice to see the return of certain subsets which have carried through all of the Adrenalyn XL Premier League collections, such as Heroes, Game Breakers, Defensive Rocks, Top Keepers, your standard Premier League insert cards, the Elites as well. I really like the club badges this year as well.
They are. What I really like is the border, the colour on the border, and just a little detail of the name running through as well, which you probably no point holding up to camera because it'd be difficult to see. But it's just little features like that, attention to detail that I like. I've mentioned quite a lot in some of my videos as well. Just picking up this card here, the Game Breakers, and sort of the broken effect in the background. I really like that. It's just something a little bit different. It almost has a little bit of a retro feel to it, I feel, as well. Not so much from a card perspective, but just from almost a generational point of view. It kind of feels like very 90s, so I quite like that.
Yeah. I like it. The Elites as well look really nice.
Oh, for me, they are the best design cards this year, I feel. I just like the fact that they look even more special than they have in previous years. And I like the little flecks in the background, the oranges, the pinks and the golds that come off of the purple, just in the silvers, just looks great. Just looks so good.
Yeah, I agree. They are very good. I will disagree. I do think the ice cards are the best so far. We do unfortunately not have our hands on any diamonds yet. I'm looking forward to those. Forward to those because from what I can see in the game guide, they're going to be like the jewel cards in Adrenalyn XL, which is just stunning. Those cards were insane. So looking forward to getting our hands on the diamond cards. Limited editions. I've got my hand on limited edition.
Nice. Oh, of course, yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
Really nice oil slick design.
Yeah, I can see that. I like the oil slick. I like that.
It's just a really nice design limited edition card. I love it. Good, really good quality as well. Nice detail.
Good texture.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, fantastic card. Can't go wrong with that. And then of course there's the rather innovative lenticular card.
Oh, and I tell you what, I love the curved edges. Yeah, I love that. I absolutely love that. Give it a little rub for me. Give it a little rub because I know what noise it will make. Yeah. Love it. Yeah, love it.
So there's obviously, I think there's five 5 lenticular cards in this collection. I'll mention it in a minute, but yeah, one of them is Wayne Rooney, of course, as you can see, which is guaranteed in the starter pack. They're basically another way of adding limited editions to the collection. So technically, you don't have to get them, but I will be going for the full set because they're really easy to get a hold of. So are the limited editions in this set. So I believe you can get limited editions in Lucky Packs as well, because we saw on the box pictures that it said you can get a limited edition in Lucky Packs or inside a box.
Yeah, that's what it said, or a limited edition or a 3D lenticular card.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that'll be fun. Hopefully that is the case, because that worked quite well in was it Adrenalyn they did that? No, Euros.
They did it in Euros, but they also did it in Plus, didn't they? They did it in Plus.
Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, do let us know what you think of the card designs and the card quality, whatever you've got so far. How many Kick Off Multipacks have you bought? But now we're going to move on to the starter pack, I think, and have a look at what you get in the starter pack. We're going to start off with the binder. So the front cover is that. It's quite a few of them, are the golden ballers, as we mentioned. The back cover, there is a backing cover, which is nice. It has all the products, and the inside cover is basically the teams. So standard little backing cover. It's nice to have actually got one in this set. There is one thing that, and I've shown you this as well, that I'm a little bit disappointed at, really, if I'm honest. It's the binding. Now, it's been this yellow, I think, for 2 seasons now.
Be the third, I think. Was it the same in the first one?
No, the first one was different.
Okay.
It was this last year, and they've kept it for this year. This last year, this matched the colours. As you can see, it went from yellow to orange down the bottom. But it doesn't fit. It doesn't work.
Yeah, agree. Totally agree. If they'd done it green and purple, it'd have been fine.
Yeah, I'm just slightly disappointed about it. Maybe it's just our OCD.
But for me, and it depends how you store your cards. I mean, I wouldn't, but some people would store them on a shelf.
Yeah.
How are you meant to differentiate between the two collections when they're the same binding, as you say?
So yeah, that's just one thing we picked up on. Maybe, as I said, it's our OCD or something like that. But
we do have a lot of OCD between us.
Yeah, we have a lot. But yeah, it slightly disappointed me, and I don't usually get disappointed by Panini, as you know, because they are so good at what they do, and there's no hiding that. But yeah, that's just something I picked up on, what we picked up on, which just didn't sit right with me. But yeah.
I think it's a valid point. I do think it's a valid point.
But then the other cover you can have, as you can see, so they've gone for the 2-sided cover. You can have a big old Timu Pookie staring at you every time you pick out the binder. So maybe that's why they made it harder to differentiate. So you got a nice surprise when you pulled it out and you got Timu Pookie staring at you. You never know. But also in the starter pack, you get the classic Invincible poster / game pitch. There's the game pitch. The Invincible poster, very, very nice.
Nice. Yeah, like that.
That's the point. Why wasn't Kante a golden baller?
Because apparently Mason Mount is better.
There we go. Less said about that, the better. Let's go into the game guide, which is just your standard game guide. There's nothing much in here. A bit more about those platinum ballers we spoke about earlier. A few more pieces of information. There is going to be an app again.
Nice.
Limited edition checklist. There we go. There's your limited editions. As I mentioned earlier, they're all very easy to get a hold of, so I do recommend that everyone goes for them. And your lenticulars as well.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lenticulars, or 8 lenticulars. 3, 6, 8. Yes, 8 lenticulars. So that's not bad.
Yeah. So 25 limited editions in total, including the lenticular cards. So yeah, that's less than last year as well, isn't it?
I think so, but I wonder if it's still a net the same with the what they called the printed signatures and actual signature ones. I know they're quite rare, but I wonder if that's why they've reduced the number roughly. Because I think it was 28. Was it 28 last year? 27, 28?
20, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm very excited about. That, by the way, the limited editions in multi-packs of the Saka, Grealish, Eze, and Bruno. You can get them signed, printed.
Oh,
awesome.
Saka or Eze,
Oh,
amazing.
wow. Even Grealish,
Yeah.
and Bruno. But there's the checklist, everyone. Notice something silly?
Oh, that big gap at Crystal Palace.
Yeah. What's happened there, Panini?
So we had a conversation about this, didn't we? Just before we started recording this, and as I do, I went away and did my little bit of research, and I believe, and I could be wrong, but I believe that there were at least 16 first-team players that could have been featured, which would have made the 18 by the time you add the lineup card and the team logo. And so yeah, it's a little disappointing that there's a few missing there.
So what it does say is that those last 4 cards will be added in plus. They're going to be released in plus. So there's going to be every other team have a full set of base cards, bar Crystal Palace. I do understand that this collection is coming out early. People might not have the full, or Panini might not have access to squad or player pictures or something like that. There might be some deeper contract issues we don't know about for Crystal Palace.
Right.
So, maybe we're just thinking of it as us collectors being quite naive to it. So,
I mean, I do know that Palace released something like 7 or 8 first-team players this summer, which for most clubs is unheard of. So, yeah, that might be the main contributing factor. I don't know.
So maybe we are slightly overthinking it a little bit. It is obviously a massive shame for us because we're going to have to wait till plus, but that won't be too long. It's just a little bit of a shame to have four just gaps at Crystal Palace. But other than that, the checklist does look very good. I'm having a look at some of the card choices they've given or player choices. I'm looking at the elites, Arsenal. I mean, Aubameyang's been given one, not had the best year, but overall he has got that ability, So Aston Villa with Watkins, Ivan Toney for Brentford. Fair enough. I think they've got the choices spot on. Cavani's got an elite card, which is nice.
That's good. I'd rate that. Yeah, rate that.
Diamond cards. There's a nice Eze in there. Martinelli, you'll like. That's not
and Martinelli again.
He got one last year, didn't he?
He did. Yeah.
Rowe could have got one.
Yeah, is Smith Rowe in the collection?
That's a good point. He is, yeah.
He is, yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah, a bit surprised that giving it to Martinelli again.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if Smith Rowe has any other insert cards. He doesn't.
Does he have a limited edition, did you say?
He might do.
Did he have one of the lenticulars?
He does. Yes, he does. He's got, so I guess that makes up for it. But yeah. I'd agree that the diamond probably shouldn't be Martinelli again. But yeah, I mean the other ones. There's Lamptey. What did he have one last year?
He had one in the plus last year. Yeah.
So I've got Lamptey, Reece James for Chelsea.
That's new.
Yeah. Eze, of course. Lovely. That in the dual format. Will
look good.
It will look good. We've got Fofana, Ferran Torres. That's a good choice.
That's good. 2 good choices there, Fofana and Torres. Yeah.
Max Aarons, he's had one as well, hasn't he?
He did. He had one in the plus, I think. Yeah.
Pedro for Watford.
I'm not sure who he is.
No, I can't. It's João Pedro. João Pedro.
Oh, João Pedro. Cool. Yeah.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Yeah.
And Pedro Neto. So.
Okay, so that's pretty decent again. Yeah.
So I think the insert card choices are good. As we did mention, the Golden Ballers are ever so slightly disappointing for us with Saka, Mount, Calvert-Lewin, Maddison, Alisson, Foden, Greenwood, and Son. Son, he's had one for 2 years in a row. So why couldn't the others for 2? And I don't know. Maybe they're not taking that risk with Kane because he might still be on the move. Who knows? But I guess that's that for Adrenalyn for now.
Yeah, I mean, roll on the 5th. Lots of content to come. Just looking forward to having a decent go at that set and seeing what happens. Really. Yeah,
absolutely. There's lots of promising signs to it, and there's obviously a few probably quite minor things we'd change. Overall, I'm looking forward to it. I very much am. Yeah,
definitely. I'm looking forward to it too. I had a lot of fun opening the Panini cards last year, and I think for me, one of the highlights of collecting was just opening some of the tins because they were so nice. And the guaranteed golden ballers and stuff, which are back this year for the tin. So, and the multi-packs, you know, I can't believe the feeling I got when I pulled the Mason Greenwood printed signature card from a multi-pack. You can't, it's a really good feeling. So yeah, it's nice that those elements are back. And I think it'll be a very popular collection, and I'm looking forward to it like you are.
And we've already had so much fun opening the Kick Off Multipacks as well. And it's not even got the full set in there. So maybe we're just overthinking it and finding little things to pick out. But I suppose we would get, if this was tops, we would get cross if they did leave out 4 players.
Yeah, and it's only because we care. You know, we're not casual. We care about what we collect, and we know that with Panini, as with some of the things that they've brought in this year, that they listen. Yeah. So, you know, we'd rather be honest than, you know, say that everything's rosy. And as you say, they're only minor points. They are only minor little points that we've picked up on. So for me, it gets a big, 2 big thumbs up to the devs at Panini UK.
Nice. So let's move on. Slightly more up north to Milton Keynes.
We moved from Tunbridge to Milton Keynes.
Tunbridge to Milton Keynes, indeed. Yeah. So tops Match Attax, of course. 21-22. The card designs. Talk to me.
Ooh, good. And that's probably underselling it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Would be a fairer word. I mean, we won't talk about the base cards. We talked about those last time around because we had them. But
got some more though.
Yeah, got some more, which was very nice. Just trying to look right. So earlier this week, we were shown new autograph cards, which look very, very nice. So real autograph cards are back. Shirt relics are back. We were shown a Ronaldo shirt relic, which of course will be very, very popular. Limited editions, we got our first taste of those. And of course, the big news, hello to the cat there in Jack's screen.
Just making a feature. I'll just let her down there. There we go. Butterfly. Do carry on.
I just wanted to make a cameo, didn't she? Bless her.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? 5 minutes of fame on the Unpacked podcast.
You know.
So gold limited editions are back, and bronze and silver aren't. Is basically the headline on that. As we saw from the cards there, it's numbered LE26 rather than LEG3 or whatever. So that shows that there's going to be at least 26 gold limited editions, I assume. I think what we're really waiting for, and I think we'll probably get some of this information in the next week or so, is where some of these limited editions are going to be available, because I'm hoping that in the tins you could get up to 3 or 4 different gold LEs to find and all that sort of thing, really. Before I get sidetracked too much on that, the other new edition we saw was Pro Elite Shields, which are die-cut cards, which look incredible. Not sure how they're going to work or how you store them in your binder, but it's innovative, it's different, it's new, we like that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the other limited edition feature that we saw is obviously the return of the Diamond limited edition. But it doesn't stop there, because then we were also introduced to, and you had an exclusive reveal, did you not, for
the
Atomic limited edition of Kylian Mbappe.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Diamond is Haaland. We had the Lava limited edition of Bruno Fernandes, the Aqua limited edition of Christian Pulisic, and I believe it was the Emerald limited edition of Trent Alexander-Arnold. So we've got all these sort of different limited editions now that are sort of taking on almost like periodic table elements minus lava, I assume. Things like that.
It's nice variety there. There's some really nice designs as well. Really, really nice. I'm hoping that they're easy to get hold of, all these various limited editions. We don't want to be we don't want too many of those, do we?
No, exactly. We don't want. Well, I don't think the number's important. It's how difficult they are to find. That's the thing. If there's 35 limited editions, but they can all be relatively easily found, I've got no complaints. If there's 35 limited editions and 10 of them are impossible to get because they're being flogged in supermarket X or via a deal to buy 50 tins at the end of the season when you've already completed your collection, it's just, that's not what we want. Oh, there's the Lightning limited edition I can see here as well. But so they've sort of got those sort of themes running through them. The other cards that we've seen are the Chrome preview cards. What did you make of those? What do you think that's going to mean?
Well, it'll just be another subset, really, won't it?
Do you think it's like a preview to Match Attax Chrome again later this season?
Yeah, possibly. Well, I think with Chrome cards are heavier, so won't it make the packs heavier?
Do you think they're just going to go for like a Chrome finish rather than a
Maybe
card? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough. They might go for that. So yeah, that's a cool addition. The next card, as
just trying to build it up. Yeah, Go on.
The heritage cards I'm blown away.
Yeah. Wow.
I predicted it.
You did. You called it last week.
Yeah.
And no, just like to point out as well, you had no inside knowledge or anything. It was just a very, very good prediction. Talk to me about that beautiful design on the Bellingham that we've seen.
I mean, what a player choice as well. Jude Bellingham. I mean, he was growing up, he probably collected that collection. So that's pretty mad for him. It just looks insane. And I'm glad they've completely copied it. There's no things which have changed at all.
The only thing that they've done is added the Topps transfer value and the power play and the little heritage logo, but all of which fit in. That's the beauty of it. They fit in.
It's absolutely beautiful. It is. That is probably the most epic card design from probably both collections, really, coming up, because it just hits home with a lot of us collectors who have been collecting since the start. I'm hoping they've got some other really awesome players in that subset, because that's going to be sought after.
Yeah, I think what will be interesting though is, are the card designs all going to be from 2007-8, or are they going to be other heritage years in there? Are we going to see 08-09? I'm trying to think of other good years. 09-10 was good as well, you know. So you know, those sort of first early 2 or 3 years at Match Attax, if there's some decent designs featured, I don't think anyone can complain.
Maybe one from each year going for, I think it's 15 years as we mentioned, so maybe one from each potentially.
Yeah, potentially. You know, I'd be down for that. But that's just beautiful, and that's Topps at their best. You know, that sort of thing is Topps at their very, very best, because it's simple and, as you say, hits home with so many collectors that collected that long ago. Yeah. So sort of moving away from those heritage cards, then obviously the teasers kept coming during the week, and the last teasers we had were Hat-Trick Hero cards are back, but it looks like in the form of limited editions again. We've got the next gen cards as well. We saw a Mukoko, and that looked quite nice. Signature styles are back, which is cool. And again, they've been designed really nicely. They flip those around and put them. We've got our sort of first ever player, I suppose, landscape style cards in Match Attax. I know we've had club stadium cards in years gone by, but these are the sort of first ones featuring players, and the same with the Master and the Apprentice, which again look incredible. It's a new take on duo cards, which I like. I do like the design. I've never been a massive fan really of the landscape cards. That's just a personal preference, but it is nice to see the signature styles and the Master Apprentice. And a big thing as well with this new Match Attax collection is the completely different designs for each insert card. And there's because in recent years it's been, I mean, the ballers, the mega values, they were exactly the same in Match Attax Extra. So it's good that they've gone completely different for each subset, and they're all quite creative ones as well. Some obviously carried through various Match Attax collections, and there's some brand new ones, some coming from best of the best, like Master and Apprentice. Absolutely. As you say, you know, Topps have really done a great job on the designs, and I see a lot of that on Twitter, people saying, you know, that they love the designs and the work that's gone into those. In terms of the collection itself then, so obviously it does look like it is going to be a big collection, which for us is good, because it means that we aren't going to keep getting duplicate cards in packs. I mean, do you remember when we did that last year, that 100-pack Tesco box opening, trying to find the hero packs that we found? Do you remember that? What did we do with the cards afterwards? We just got rid of them, didn't we?
Yeah,
at the time?
we just chucked them away because there were so many matching packs. Like, same inserts, and it just got tedious after a while. It wasn't too fun to record, really, other than getting the hero cards, but hero pack, should I say. So yeah, that's a shame. And as you said, I don't think that's going to be a case for this year if we do another hero pack hunt, if they exist again.
I imagine they'll do something for hero packs. I'm sure, and yeah, I look forward to that. I'm sure we can do some kind of hunt. But yeah, I suppose then the two things that I've sort of concerned me a little bit is that, are we going to be hunting down these Aqua Lava, whatever ever cards in ridiculous places, and are all these subset cards going to be easily accessible as well, or are they going to be in certain places?
Yeah, that is slightly concerning a little bit. Like last year, they did all sorts of tops releases throughout the season. They did that festive pack. They did the one couple of weeks after the collection launched. They did quite a lot of, as I mentioned throughout the season, DLCs basically, and hopefully they don't do too many of those again. I hope it's just they're all in the main set. They're all available in packs, or some of them obviously won't be. Some of them will be exclusive to different tins, I'm presuming, or stuff like that. So who knows? I'm hoping they'll all be available in packs and it'll be a bog standard collection, but there will be one or two subsets which we've seen, which will be exclusive to certain products, I'm presuming.
Yeah, that's all right, as long as it's not overkill. And the other thing is hoping there's enough room in the binder.
Yeah. I hope so as well. I'm hoping it's a better quality binder, a much thicker binder as well. So yeah, here's hoping that it'll be a top quality collection, because both collections are really, really good. It's shaping up to be a really good year.
It is. It's shaping up to be an amazing year for collecting, and just enjoying opening cards and not just doing it for the sake of it, if that makes sense, which it kind of possibly has felt like at times from the last couple of collections. So certainly from Topps' side from Match Attax. So yeah, it should be good. There should be some real nice cards to go after, and I think most importantly, from the designs that we've seen, it will look nice in the binder.
Yeah, it will. I'm hoping again that all the teams have equal amount of players, base card, but it's probably not going to happen.
You mentioned to me the other day about the 5 preview cards we got sent this week, the Delict and the, is it Mertens?
Mertens, yeah, spot on.
Yeah, one's 365 and one's 377, which kind of suggests there might not be an equal number of cards per team, just looking at it. But
could be that Champions League teams have a full 18, Europa League maybe 9 or 6, and the conference teams maybe 3, something like that.
Yeah, which I think would be fine. That would work.
Yeah, but that would obviously make it a massive collection. It would be huge. Because all the insert cards as well. How is this all going to fit into one binder? Because I don't want to be making my own little makeshift update binder.
No, I don't either. Yeah, I think this is the detail that we need from Topps this week, is what products are going to be available and what's going to be in them, and how many cards are there going to be in total in the collection. And yeah, just sort of I imagine with they're showing all these cards, they've got a checklist already. Just they could do with almost getting it out there to let collectors know what's happening.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's probably a good way to end it off today. We've had a very good discussion. We've spoken about the Adrenalyn collection. We've spoken about Match Attax. Both collections, as I mentioned, are looking really, really promising. There's obviously a few small things we picked up on in Adrenalyn. Now we've got the starter pack in hand and the checklist, of course, which is very big to know the checklist, because it knows what's gone wrong, what's gone right, etc. Obviously, for Adrenalyn's case, Crystal Palace, that's a bit of a problem for us, but let us know down in the comment section what you think about that. With Topps, there's obviously the whole thing about autographs. Will they be on the checklist? The shirt relics as well. All the limited editions. Yes, they've got the bronze, silver, and gold, but at what cost, kind of thing. Yeah, as I said, I'm excited. There's some really promising stuff to come to our channels very soon.
Absolutely, yeah, looking forward to it. It's been great discussing it with you. It's just been great having a chat about what we think and what we like. Love it.
Absolutely. But yeah, thank you very much for listening to this episode of the Unpacked Podcast, Season 2, Episode 2. This was a little hands-on, little review slash preview, I guess, of the upcoming sets. I was joined, of course, by my beautiful co-host, Tobias, aka Football Collectibles.
Oh, thank you. As always, it's been a pleasure, Jack, aka GBW, feel the need to say that. But yeah, it's been a pleasure. And there should be lots more of these to come in the coming weeks when we see more and get our hands on more cards and just enjoy the set.
Absolutely, you're spot on. That's a great way to end it. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.